I'm Joseph Vollmer. I'm the director of sales here at Conquer. I'm going to be walking you through our Cadence product today. First, I'll start with what the problems are that Cadence solves for in the market. Then we'll get into a live demo of the product, finish with some customer use cases. Start off with the problem that we solve for. There's two main issues in the Cadence market today when you look at tools like SalesLoft, Outreach, Salesforce Sales Engagement. The first is prioritization of a rep's day. Reps are not going after what is most important every single day. Second is getting reps to use the tool. Having to jump to other platforms or having a complicated platform causes reps just to not use the tool or not adopt Salesforce, which is an even bigger problem since every organization is spending millions of dollars investing into their Salesforce to make it the single source of truth. Conquer solves both those issues, starting with by being native to Salesforce, making it easy for reps to use it. So it's directly built inside of Salesforce. Everything we do is. So you can see we're directly in Salesforce here. We're going to start off with making a cadence. So I'm in the meeting follow-up cadence. Let's talk about how I can just drag and drop this to make what I want the rep to do. So I can go, all right, follow-up email. One of the biggest points here I want to point out is if this email is not responded to, we have dynamic paths to go down if that doesn't happen. So if it doesn't respond, we're going to go make a phone call. But if they do respond to the email, we're going to take them out of the cadence. We're going to move them into another cadence. So being dynamic based on what happens. Another call out with our emails is the ability to assign a folder. One of the areas where reps stop using tools is when it's not flexible enough, when it feels like handcuffs, not guide rails. And that's one of the things we work really hard at Conquer to give those reps those guide rails. And so here we have a folder of emails so rep can make a decision of what they want to send, but it's still in the overarching theme of what this is supposed to be doing, which is a meeting follow-up. So it still makes them more efficient, but it gives them the ability to make a decision. So they're more likely to now use this tool because they have more ability to change things and personalize it. So they send that email out. A lot of times what happens next, they forget about that lead because they sent the follow-up email after the meeting. They think it all goes good. They're hoping for a reply. They don't get a reply. A lot of times that's one of the places that things fall off in the pipeline is after a really great meeting. If we didn't set another one, we help them follow up with that by making them make another phone call, and we can be dynamic after that as well. So things go good on the phone call, we're going to take them out. Things go bad, we're going to take them out. But if they don't get an answer or they leave a voicemail, we're going to keep moving, go ahead and change to another channel, send a text message, and we can even do an A/B testing from there. This allows you to test out different messaging or even different channels inside of this cadence. So automatically putting 33% of the people into this one, 33 in this one, and 34% in this one. So you can see which messaging is working the best or which channel is working the best, all in Salesforce reporting, making it really easy to see everything. So from an admin's perspective, they're able to stay completely inside of Salesforce. So are the managers building these, checking the messaging. Let's go over to what it looks like as a rep staying completely in Salesforce and how I prioritize my day. So the first thing is I'm going to go to my Cadence utilities down here on the bottom left. This is my to-do list. The biggest call out here for Conquer versus every other Cadence tool in the market is this priority is set by the organization. So it's configurable to each organization on what is the most important thing a rep should be working on. So when that comes into their Cadence, they're able to go, okay, I need to work on that person first. And what's nice with us being inside of Salesforce is things can be done automatically. Another big call out is we can automate these cadences to be enrolled, stopped based off of anything in Salesforce. So making it a streamlined flow of what they should be doing next, just based on what they're already doing in Salesforce. So we can see here, first thing I need to do is reach out to this inbound lead. Obviously, inbound leads are the most important things to reach out to. So I'm going to reach out to Ron, go down to my engagement score hot. I mean, someone marketing's pinged and said, okay, hey, they're doing some activities. You should reach out to them. And then we can have that automation set up to where because of that lead score, now we're in a cadence based on that. Like you can see here, it's gonna be the second person I'm reaching out to. I'm gonna work through my day of everything. We can also change this to be more account management style. So maybe you are a CSM or an account manager and you want to work down your accounts, or you're using an ABM strategy. We can work down each account that I need to do, things that keep that mind in motion for that account. So I know exactly what's going on that account, just work down my task list for that individual account. Going back into cadences, let's complete one of these touch points. Let's say the meeting follow-up. So we got Tommy Paul here. Go ahead and click over to that. We're on Tommy Paul now. To be able to do anything in Conquer, you probably noticed you just click what you want to do. So if I want to send this email, click his email address. Now you can see my Conquer emails right here. I can also see what engagement has happened. with this person. So I've made 7 phone calls, 2 email sends, 5 email opens. You can see the last time I talked to him, April 3rd, I made a call to him. And then I can also make this decision here. So it's that foldering of emails where I have those guide rails as a rep to make a decision. Let me choose, we don't have a meeting set, so I'm going to choose this one. You can also go ahead and click this AI button to help personalize this email that I chose here. So I have AI taking a look at what I've sent before and what I have right now in the template. It's going to tell me, hey, this is the better message to send out. I can shorten that content, or I can just take that suggested email, send it out from here. It's going to go right out of my Outlook or my Gmail account, right to that person. You can have my scheduler link on there so they can just book time with me, write that all back into Salesforce for me automatically. You can also go to my conversation view here. Just streamlines where all the conversations are happening and make it really easy to see what's going on with this lead or contact. So whether I'm a manager or I'm handing off to another person where a lot of things break down, like a SDR to an AE or an AE to a CSM, I can see everything that's happened with this lead, contact, opportunity, whatever it is you want to see. See, I had a voicemail, sent an email. See, I had 2 more voicemails. And also see I missed a call from him. He called me and we had a good conversation. I have a summary of that call right in here. I can see we had a text conversation back and forth. So anything on the right-hand side, just like you're used to with your cell phone, this is going to be when the buyer or the customer is interacting with the rep, and the left-hand side is the rep reaching out to them. So I can quickly get an understanding of what's happened here, what conversations I've had. I'm not looking at some long list of just tasks that have gone up that I don't really tell a story of the conversation. I can also search this if I want to find something particular, like a quote or a certain conversation I'm looking for, or I can sort this by channel and date and get down to the channel that I want to see. Let's now take it. So that's what an interface looks like for a rep. Just simple, easy to use, right in Salesforce, makes them more likely to adopt it. They also have a prioritized day. Just that prioritizing their day, we've seen enterprise companies grow their deal sizes, also shorten their sales cycles. And we're not talking about a little increase in those. We're talking about 4xing the average deal size, cutting the sales cycle in half by being able to prioritize that reps day, have them fully inside of Salesforce, automating what they need to do at each point of that sales cycle. Now let's get into some reporting you're going to be able to get with Conquer as a manager or a VP. You're going to be able to see which cadences are working, which ones are having the good outcomes, which ones are having bad outcomes. So I can see here with the positive outcomes, we got one that's got 50%. I can see 22 are in that. I can also go down to, our enterprise ABM prospecting. See 16 have been in that, but we have a 31% negative outcome. So something I might want to check in on, why are these going out negative? Where are they going out negative? Something we should change in messaging or do a training with the team on how to improve with that lead type or that customer type. I can also see email temp performance. So which ones are getting opens, which ones are getting replies. And then I can see which ones are getting clicks as well. A big one here is I can see where these people are exiting. So I can now understand how many touch points on average is it taking to reach my prospects, my exact ideal client profile. Is it, like we've seen with some of our customers, they'll take 17 touch points on average at least to get 25% of their conversation. So if we're not hitting them at least 17 times in that ICP or that industry, then we're not even getting close to being able to have a conversation with them. So they can start seeing where are these exiting at, how many is it taking, which emails are working, which calls are working, and define that by each cadence and each customer type right here inside of Salesforce. Another one is I need to see which reps are using it, which ones aren't. So I can see how many people have authorized with Conquer, so how many are actually using the tool. And then I can see, someone like Eric who's had a bunch of overdue touch points. So he's getting a lot enrolled to him either by himself or through automation. And then he's just not completing them. So then I can dive a little deeper and go, okay, what cadences does Eric have enrolled? Does he have a lot of people enrolled? Maybe he has 500 people. And so the 194, he just has too many people enrolled and he's just not getting time to get to them. Or like this case where it's just one cadence that all those are coming out of. So he's enrolled a bunch into this one cadence. Maybe we have a conversation about removing from that cadence. Maybe it happened through automation and he doesn't work on that cadence, or he doesn't think he needs to. So either way, it's worth a conversation, see what's going on here, get him back to where he needs to be. So just being able to see those spots in the data that typically are blind spots that you have no idea that a rep is not working on something or having a lot of touch points that they need to be doing. I can also see at an individual cadence level, how are the reps doing? How many have them open? How many have completed them? how many are getting skipped. So I can see our reps skipping these steps and saying like, hey, I don't want to make a phone call, or I don't want to send that email. So we need to adjust and have a conversation with the reps, or adjust our messaging so the reps want to use this. So you're able to see these areas that become larger gaps if the reps keep doing them, and catch them early and correct them. So just to recap what we've been over. So we've seen how it is to be an admin of Conquer, right inside of Salesforce, being able to put in those cadences, create emails, things like that. I can also see how a manager uses it, how a VP can look in and see this data. Also, all this data being directly inside of Salesforce. You're able to use this in tons of different ways, customize these, where you can see exactly what you want to see for your ideal client profile and for your team that needs to be using it. The next thing is the reps. So being able to prioritize their day, being able to have it simply inside of Salesforce. So they're more likely to use it, and they're going to use it, and they're going to learn to love to use Salesforce by using this, the investment that every company's put millions of dollars into, now having reps fully working inside of it. If you want to learn any more about Conquer, thanks for taking the time. Feel free to reach out to me, set up a live one of these. Thanks. Have a great day.